If you've been scrolling through endless listings of inline press tools, watching video after video, and still feel like you're stuck in a loop of which one actually saves me time and money, you're not alone. I've been there, standing in the shop with a half-finished job and a handful of tools that promise the world but leave you guessing if they'll actually hold up when you need them most. The risk of grabbing the wrong press tool is more than a wasted dollar. It's a delay that can cascade into missed appointments, unhappy clients, and a whole lot of frustration. That's why I spent the last couple of weeks actually testing the Greenlee INLP KIT001 Gorilla Inline PressTool Kit in a real-world setting, and I'm going to break down whether it lives up to the hype. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The first thing that caught my eye was Greenlee's claim of Autostop technology that supposedly halts the piston the instant the press reaches the optimal force. In theory, that sounds like a safety net for anyone who isn't a seasoned press operator, but I wanted to see if it truly translates to fewer guesswork cycles on the job site. I set up a typical residential copper waterline repair, where I needed to secure 3 copper fittings and 2 steel adapters in a cramped basement. My usual routine involves manually tightening each press until the tool clicks, then double-checking with a torque wrench. That can take anywhere from 45 seconds to a full minute per joint, especially when you're wrestling with tight spaces. When I fired up the Gorilla Kit, the LED display lit up instantly, showing battery status and a green ready indicator. The push-button trigger felt responsive, and the audible beep kicked in the moment the piston hit the preset pressure. The Autostop kicked in exactly when the LED turned solid green, and the piston retracted automatically. What that meant in practice was that each press took roughly 15 seconds from start to finish, cutting my cycle time by about 2/3. The automatic piston return really shines when you're doing a series of presses back-to-back. You don't have to manually yank the piston back, which not only saves time but also reduces hand fatigue, something you notice after a day of repetitive work. One of the biggest concerns for anyone buying a press tool is battery life. Greenlee's kit uses a lithium-ion pack and displays the remaining charge on the same LED panel. I ran the tool for a full morning, hitting 12 joints across copper and steel, and the battery indicator dropped only to a half-full warning at the end. The kit also includes a quick charge cable, so a 30-minute charge tops the battery back up to full. For a contractor who might be on a job site for 8 hours, that kind of endurance is a practical win. Now, let's talk about the HPC pressure monitoring feature. The LED light changes color as the tool approaches the target pressure, yellow as you near it, green when you've hit it. The audible tone adds a layer of confirmation, which is handy when you're working under a sink where you can't constantly stare at the display. In my tests, the pressure sensor held steady across both copper and steel fittings, delivering the manufacturer's stated force without overshooting. That consistency means you won't have to worry about underpressing a copper fitting and risking a leak, or overpressing a steel connector and cracking it. So, who should actually buy the Gorilla Inline PressTool Kit? If you're a journeyman electrician, a plumber who frequently works with copper and steel, or even a serious DIYer tackling larger projects, this kit offers a blend of speed and reliability that justifies its price tag. The Autostop and pressure monitoring together reduce the mental load of, am I doing this right? Something even seasoned pros appreciate when they're juggling multiple tasks. The kit also comes with a set of interchangeable jaws, which means you can switch between copper and steel without swapping tools. That modularity is a real cost saver compared to buying separate press tools for each material. On the flip side, if you're only occasional with press work, say, you only need to do a couple of fittings a year, the Gorilla Kit might feel like overkill. Its price point is higher than a basic manual press, and the battery-managed system adds a layer of tech you might never need. Also, the kit is designed for 1/2-inch CH and 3/4-inch CH fittings. If you regularly work with larger diameters, you'll need a different solution or an additional set of jaws that aren't included. Finally, while the Autostop is a safety net, it does mean you have less tactile feedback than a completely manual press. Some traditionalists prefer the feel of the piston's resistance as a cue, and they might find the electronic stop a bit soft compared to a pure mechanical click. In terms of hidden trade-offs, the LED display is bright enough for a well-lit shop, but can be a little harsh in a dark basement. I found that turning the headlamp on the tool's body tray